It's apt, isn't it? I think lyrically it fits perfectly for Doctor Who, Babylon Zoo and Spaceman. Not the remix, the original for you. Andy, this has just come in. Andy Collin texted us to say, love Doctor Who, and Russell, you're about to hear from me. He says, how about New Rose by the Damned? Very good. Or On the Urban Spaceman by the Bonzos. All perfect. Thank you very much. Like I say, I'll try and look out that orbital track for you, Doctor, as well, which of course incorporates the theme tune, or at least one of them. Okay, so we've spoken to him before on the phone on the show. You love him. We're big fans. The books come out, Doctor Who, The Writer's Tale, Russell T Davies on Six Music after Friendly Fire's next.
BBC Six Music. On digital, online. BBC Six Music.
Hello and welcome back to writer and executive producer of the current crop of Doctor Who, Russell T Davies. Hello again.
Hello,
welcome
good
back in
morning.
person this time to Six Music.
Thank you. I know we've spoken on the phone, but
Yes,
I'm here now.
but you are really in the building. And alongside him, the man who probed the Davies mind for nuggets about how he writes during the course of the fourth series. Out was his daily email buddy for over a year. Benjamin Kirk, welcome to Six Music.
Thank you very much.
Now, how are you both?
Good.
Yeah.
Well, excited.
You look very well. This is
Thank
a
you.
tomb that you've brought us. This
It's not a small book, is it?
No, it's not. It's not a kind of pocket-sized. It is a big. I think somebody's called it a kind of the adult Doctor Who annual, haven't they? Which it kind of is.
Yeah, one of the reviews said that. I'd say yes. It's there's a lot of Doctor Who stuff in there.
There's everything in there. I can't think of two better characters to take us through Doctor Who: The Writer's Tale, based on an email correspondence between the two of you, spanning February 2007 to March 2008. And it was the fourth series, and you're both nodding very, very obedient, the pair of you.
We remember every email.
Now, this is what I want to come on to, because, Ben, first of all, how did the idea come about and then unfold?
Well, it was going to be a series of magazine articles, because I've interviewed Russell on a number of occasions before. But always felt we could go into sort of more depth.
He might have a little bit more to say on occasion.
A little bit more to say, yeah. And so we thought we'd do like a magazine article, maybe a series of magazine articles, but it sort of took off from there. We realised a few weeks in that Russell likes to talk. He can write emails.
Really? I had no idea.
Just a bit, yeah, shut up.
I mean, Russell, you are so quick off the mark. I mean, Ben puts this to you, like you said, in the form of a magazine article, and straight away we have an essay. I think it's a page and a half email. And you let the guards down from the off almost.
Well, yeah, it was funny, because partly, in order to talk about writing, you've got to be honest.
Yeah.
And I do so many interviews. We do the PR speak, all of which is true, and I love doing the PR speak because Doctor Who is brilliant. But if you're actually talking about properly writing, it's my whole life sitting at home writing, so I've got a lot to say. And also, you can only talk about it honestly. If I started to spin it and make it all sound marvellous and fun, then it would have been a lie, and then my whole life would have been a lie. It would have unravelled.
We didn't want to go down that road, definitely not. I mean, did you, either of you, imagine somebody who would be reading the emails, or was it like Big Brother, you forgot after a while that the cameras were there, or that these emails might see the light of day? Because they are searingly honest from both of you, actually.
Yeah, I wasn't really aware, were you? No. Otherwise, it would have become a different process, I think. I mean, we never really knew whether someone would publish it. We'd laugh and sort of say, oh, it would be a good book, wouldn't it?
I think we realised the potential was there for a book about a month in, but it wasn't until sort of about a month from the end till we actually got a definite, yes, this is going to be a book.
And by that time you were still talking.
By that time it was too late.
I can tell you there was also a lot more swearing and a lot more gossip in there. We did have to cut stuff out.
Well, you said that you are very honest in it, and very little came out, but I imagine some of the swearing came out. And I mean, you are still very honest about your background, your life, your, living it day to day, and your past as well, which hasn't always been the most clean living.
No, indeed. Well, who hasn't? Look at you.
That's aspersions. I'm the most clean living at Six Music.
But again, it sort of had to be, otherwise you find yourself spinning the whole story. And that's what writing is. It's every, it's, even if it's something as fantastical as Doctor Who, you are dragging that from your brain, and in your brain is everything you've ever done and everything you ever are, and shouldn't be, or want to be. So it's all connected. That's what I sort of want to get across. That it's not just writing on paper, a spaceship and a TARDIS and a Dalek. It's your head. It's your whole head.
Yeah, it's not necessarily linear, and that certainly comes across. I mean, Ben, what initially did you want to know from Russell? I love Russell. At one point, you call it Ben's big questions because they are pretty. They're pretty kind of
all the sort of complicated questions you could could ask. Essentially, it was, where do you get your ideas from? A question that all writers are asked, but relatively few can answer, because it's from somewhere inside your head. But beyond that, and that's why I think we needed a year to really get to grips with that question. I think by the end of the year, we make a good stab at answering it.
It's never a proper answer to it.
I think it's something that all of us want to know as well, is kind of how it happens. And, do you sit down in a room and that's where you write and all the rest of it? Or does it happen on a daily basis? And you talk very much about the great maybe. This area in your head.
Because I know most of the world wants to write a book or a play. Actually, it's hard. Even if you have to write a card to someone, you're getting what's in your head onto paper. You've got 5 things you could say. How do you choose the one thing you want to say? How do you say it well? Everyone writes something at some point. And everyone goes through that process thinking, what do I say? You're sitting there with a pen going, what do I say? So writing a script is just that on a much bigger level, with 200 people waiting for that script to go and make
deadlines,
it.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like writing a birthday card. You're absolutely right. You have a deadline.
In the end, it's that process of filtering it.
It's addictive, the book. We'll come on to more about the process as it unfolded and all that sort of thing. But I love that musically you submerge yourself in albums, don't you, when you're writing?
Yes.
At least that's what comes out of the book very much. You talk about tracks and things.
Yeah.
And you mentioned Mika and Moby within the first couple of pages of the book, both albums that you've used during the writing process. So I thought we'd play a track from something. I don't know whether you're being inspired by a particular album now or...
Not right at the moment. No, I'm searching. Recommend me something.
Oh, we need to try and get something out there. Ting Tings? I know you have a Manchester connection.
Boy. Yeah.
So, should we have some Ting Tings and let's see?
Brilliant. And I'll start writing.
Yeah. Brilliant. We might have a new series after this track. Stay here. More Russell T Davies and more Ben Kirk after this.